through.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Retrovan, and we're at another review. This time we're going to be reviewing Gex, Enter the Gecko for the PS1. And I'm really hyped to do this game. You know, I've always wanted to do some Gex, so, yeah, let's get on with it and talk about Gex, Enter the Gecko. Pretty weird game and what I think about it. So Gex 2 starts off with Gex basically, being retired after his first adventure. He's just being a bum, he's chilling in his living room, watching TV, food everywhere. And then these CIA officials basically come in and tell him, hey, we need you to go back to the TV dimension and stop Rez. Obviously, as you can imagine, Gex doesn't really want to do it, but they offer him a hefty sum of money, so because of that, he goes ahead and does it. Oh yeah, by the way, at the end of the story, there's a twist that Rez is actually Gex's father. There's not really much that happens from it, but I think they did that as like a Star Wars reference or something. The gameplay of Gex is pretty standard. You jump, you have a cool little bounce, basically, usually games have a double jump, right? He has the one jump, and if you press the jump button again, he'll do a little bounce in the air. I don't know if it's higher than the main jump, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes, but I think it's a little higher, in terms of the air. A thing to also note is he has the tail spin, of course, that's his main attack. A lot of platformers seem to like spinning, and Gex is no different. It's not really used in combat too much, but Gex could basically lick flies from TVs to get health after spinning the TVs. With the unique theme of Gex basically taking place on different TV channels, you can imagine the opportunities for a lot of interesting level themes really spur up. Like, the first level, for example, is a Looney Tunes parody. You're Gex, you're running from hunters and shit, and the environment's very, Looney Tunes-y, like Bugs Bunny-ish. Or, for example, you got a horror level or a kung fu level. So a lot of these levels are based on, popular movie or TV show genres. Very fitting for the TV channel theme. Throughout each level, there are various little power-ups you can get. There's one there's this electronic level where you can get this thing that will basically let Gex be, invincible to get him through that section. Or there'll be one in the caveman level where, Gex will go on fire and he'll be able to go through things like lava, for example. I never played it, but I should mention that there is an N64 exclusive level for this game where you're swimming underwater. And from what I've heard, it's kind of shitty, but I guess technically I'm not reviewing that version, so I can't really say much on that. There are certain levels I don't like a ton, though. There's these, little mini-missions. I would call them kind of bonus missions, where basically you're going through these open areas and you're collecting a bunch of things within a lot of time. Sometimes a few of the things are in really stupid positions, and you can easily miss it by, one or two. While spending, a whole minute looking for just one or two. It's absolutely ridiculous. What I like about the various different level themes is that it gives Gex, different costumes, and the various level themes are, themed towards those levels. For example, there's a space level where you have to keep going to these things to get oxygen. It's kind of annoying, not gonna lie, but it's unique because, you're in space. You gotta get oxygen for your suit, so it kind of makes you have to, strategize a little bit with conserving your air while also getting what you need. Now, I may get pitchforks and, torches and all this for saying this, but I love the shitty Gex dialogue in this game. Now, I wouldn't say, as a game itself, it's good dialogue. But for me personally, this is my personal review, so I personally like it. From my perspective, it's kind of funny. So for me, I don't mind the Gex dialogue as much as a lot of other people would like it. Because so many of it is, outdated 90s references, and I don't understand most of them, but it's funny to listen to. Because it sounds like he's just blabbering on about some random shit. Again, though, that doesn't even affect the score all that much anyways, but just a thing I want to note. The bosses aren't anything crazy to write home about, but they get the job done for what they are, and I would say the bosses are pretty decent, to be honest. My only major complaint with the game, majorly, is I feel like they repeat levels too much. It's not the end of the world, because the levels themselves aren't too bad, but it would have been nice if there was a little more variety within the game. When you're going through the game, it follows a very Mario 64-esque kind of thing, where when you go into a level before you do it, you choose basically like which mission you want to do, and then you do it basically. Whereas it's a little different from a game like Spyro or Jack, especially, or Banjo Kazooie, where you just collect them all as you're going through the level. You get the thing, and then it sends you back to the hub. If you want to get another thing, you go through the portal again, basically. Before we get onto the music, I thought it would be nice to mention the fact that Gex actually has different actors depending on regions. Very Ape Escape stylish. I absolutely prefer the American Gex because, that voice is just so well known. But in Europe, I think mainly Britain and different countries in that area, he has like kind of a James Bond sort of accent. So I suppose it's fitting for that region that they'd give him that sort of voice. It sounds good too, but like I said, I prefer the American voice. With all that done though, I do have to say the music in this game is very, very good. I love the music in Gex. It's probably like one of its strong suits aside from, decent gameplay. So without further ado, I'll let you guys listen to like 2 or 3 tracks from it. Well, that was my review of Gex Enter the Gecko. I hope you all enjoyed, and yeah, have yourselves a good one. I was really nice reviewing this. I mainly skipped the first one because I never played it. If I ever play it again, maybe I'll get back to it. I'm definitely going to be reviewing Deep Cover Gecko either next or in the near future, because I have also played through that one. Without further ado, though, I'll see you guys in the next review, and I'm out. Peace.